I'm on my way to Den Haag today, where I'm going to have a little artist day, and I'm gonna visit multiple museums. I really wanted to go to the botanical gardens. They don't have them there, in a different town, but I always go there. So I just thought maybe visit a different city and a different museum. We have in the Netherlands a museum card, which means you have to pay like 70 euros a year, and then you can visit almost every museum for free with the card. So that's my plan for today. Not sure why the truck is stopping in front of my house and making a lot of noise, but oh, the leaf blowers are back. Great. Anyway, so I'm gonna take you with me today to Den Haag and visit the town and hopefully get some inspiration. Even though it isn't a botanical garden, there's still like a collection about Dior and I think about desserts, and I wanted to go to the photo museum and maybe even to the Escher house. They don't, I need to pay entrance fee, but I don't really care. Yeah, let's go. So join me on a trip to Den Haag, or also known as Den Haag for you English-speaking kind of people. I've been redoing this voiceover because I sound absolutely dead inside. And to be honest, I do kind of feel very tired. It was quite a long day, but it was absolutely gorgeous. It was sunny, there was no rain. I had to walk a lot though. I've done like 20,000 steps and I'm absolutely exhausted right now, but it was worth it. I think this day was a really good reminder that visiting another city is always inspiring, and not only just to visit the museums but also the streets as well, different shops, and just see different kind of things. It really makes me feel like I am on holiday for just a few hours. And I think it's really easy to get stuck in a rut, and that's why I want to get more creative again, especially in December. And I know a lot of people are making daily videos now with Vlogmas, and I think that's absolute madness, so I'm not gonna do that. But I do really want to make more videos this month, just to get inspired and maybe get inspiration together. And this is one of those videos that is just quickly shot, quickly edited, nothing special. So I basically strolled around for a bit and went to different stores, like the bookstore, which is such a charming, beautiful shop. It reminded me a bit of Shakespeare & Co. in Paris, but just a lot smaller. It's beautiful. I think in Den Haag you have these really beautiful Art Deco or Art Nouveau houses. You can steal that kind of thing, and this is also one of those beautiful buildings, and I would highly recommend a visit because it's just so Instagrammable, I guess. It's one of those things you'd find on Tumblr maybe back in the day. Does it still exist, Tumblr? I don't know, I think it does. But yeah, beautiful shop, definitely would recommend. First I went to the Kunstmuseum or the Art Museum, where there was an exhibition about Dior. It was so crowded, there were so many old people there. I'm sorry, I mean people who are just not working anymore. I'm not really into high fashion or fashion in general, I just really like selling things, but I don't really want to be hip, I guess. And of course Dior is something else, it's not even hip, it's just some form of art, I guess. So therefore it was kind of interesting to see. And I really like the things from the 50s and just that kind of style, and just think about how immaculate people must have dressed back then. It was such a different time than now, when people are going to the store in their sweatpants. It was a wonderful time capsule, but I also really liked the other exhibitions, like the permanent exhibition with Monet and Vincent van Gogh and Louis Bourgeois. One of my favorites, and there was also an exhibition about desserts, and I mostly liked the room itself and not really the exhibition about desserts, but that's more my thing. I am really into aesthetic kind of art, I guess. I'm just a basic white girly, what can I say? And after that I went to the photo museum, where they had a really good exhibition about Chris Killip, and a British documentary photographer who made really intimate portraits of people living like working class people. and I really loved that show. It was so good. And I think I'm just gonna leave it for now and just play you some music and you can enjoy the rest of the clips. Okay, bye! Okay, so I am home. I am not in my studio because that's where I have the biggest light and it's already dark. And I am exhausted. It took me all my willpower to film this, so I'm just totally drained. But it was a good day. The weather was perfect. It was not too cold and it was sunny, sort of, no rain. I really enjoyed the exhibitions or the museums. I really wanted to go to the Escher Museum as well. The museums are not in the city center, so you have to walk quite a bit. It's like a 50-minute walk, and I wanted to rent a bike. But there were no bikes anymore, which is weird because I remember from this city that they have like a cellar with 1,000 bikes that you can rent. But for some reason that was closed. And then there was a line for the bikes and there were no rental bikes, so I decided not to wait and just go there and just walk. And I went to the bookstore and it's such a nice cafe and shop. I think it's very, very Instagrammable. Something you'll see a lot here on YouTube, I think. A very popular place. I really loved it, really loved browsing it. And I really loved browsing through it. Didn't buy any books, but I really wanted to. They don't really have that many books, but it's just such a good place. I wish I had got some coffee there, but I didn't. Then I walked to the first museum where they had the Dior, not sure why you pronounce that in some sort of Spanish way, but they had the Dior collection and I think that was surprisingly very nice. It was so busy, it was so crowded, so many like middle-aged people that don't work anymore, you know. I was there to 70 people, but yeah, it was really busy and it was very nice. I was jail, but I'm not really into fashion or couture. I am one of those people that always talks about food. I am obsessed, I'm always hungry. And I had a really big crash when I was at the museums and just needed some sugar, I guess. So I felt a little bit better when I had some chocolate cake and coffee, but I didn't really want to go to another museum, so that's why I just kept it at those two. And I think at one point you don't really take it in anyway. And I find museums also a little tricky because I am not quickly interested in art and I just like more aesthetically pleasing things. And like they had a Monet, and I love Monet. It was one of his lilies, water lilies, amazing. But I don't really, I care a little less about the artsy stuff. That sounds weird. Maybe you'll know what I mean. But yeah, a lovely day. And in the end, I went shopping at Uniqlo. I'm not going to do like a haul. Didn't buy much, just pants and like thermal heating clothing, thermal shirts. Very, very boring, but I am an elder millennial. Also my back hurted so much today. Just thinking about making a few more videos like this month. Like some sort of vlogmas, but make it more about creativity and not about Christmas. I don't really care about Christmas, honestly. And just get inspired together, I guess. I hope to make the videos a little shorter than my usual videos because they are way too long. Highlight of this day was definitely the brunch. It was amazing. And I really loved the photographer's work. And the bookstore cafe. It's also very, very cool. So that's it for now. And thank you for watching. I will try to make some more videos about getting inspiration. And hope to get inspired a bit more soon. And I think I'm gonna go to the Botanical Garden still this month. So watch me. Okay, bye. Okay, this is a sketch I am working on. And I think I'm gonna make it into a Riso print. This is just a sketch, but more on that later.